Hi students, so today we are going to continue the discussion on financial markets, and today we are in the last class where we will be discussing the functions of Security Exchange Board of India, and we will be discussing few things we have left out, that is National Stock Exchange and Bombay Stock Exchange. So first, as we have discussed in the previous class, SEBI was set to for with the objective of setting the SEBI was promoting orderly and healthy growth of the security market. And one of the major aims what SEBI is having is investor protection. On the basis of this statement, we can understand what are the objectives of SEBI, and we discussed in the previous class them also. The first one was SEBI regulates the functions of the stock exchange and securities market in order to ensure orderly functioning. So this was one of the regulation of the stock market or the securities and securities market was one of the important objectives. Then protection of the investors' interest, then prevention of fraudulent practices in the stock exchange, even that was also there. Now question right here in the point, that is prevention of malpractices, right? In that there was a point that there was a point which was called as insider trading. We need to understand what is meant by insider trading. Okay, insider trading is, assume that you are Mr. X, the board of director of Y Limited. You are board of director of Y Limited, and being a key person of this organization, you can forecast what can happen within a week, within a month. For example, you being the director came to know that company is going to earn a huge amount of profit in the coming days or in the next 15 days. Then what you will do is you will ask your own people to buy the shares of these companies, so that when the profit is revealed, the value of these shares in the market goes up and you can sell and make profit. So such kind of information, when it is revealed, then it does not lead to free and fair trade practice. So that's why this kind of practice should not be allowed. Okay, so SEBI takes care that such kind of practices are not followed in the stock exchange. Okay, then next is the code of conduct. The code of conduct. Now the question arises, what is code of conduct? Under this, we define the practices to be carried out, or what are the good practices, what are the bad practices, the rules and regulations will be framed in this. So these are the objectives of the SEBI. Now one question may arise, sir, for whom these rules and all will be followed? See, they are the participants of the stock markets. There will be brokers, intermediaries. So these all are part of stock market and rules are framed for them. So now let us talk about the functions of stock exchange, functions of SEBI. The functions have been broadly classified into three categories. Number one is regulatory. Number two is protective. Or number three will be. Number two is development. and number 3 is protective. Now, as the word says, it is to regulate, it is to develop, and it is to protect the interest of the investors, because you know that it was one of the prime objectives to protect the interest of the investor. Okay, so what you need to understand is regulatory functions are to regulate. Okay, development functions are for the development of stock exchange. Okay, and the last one, protective functions, are for the protection of investors interest. Okay, so now let us understand in detail what these functions are. Okay, so first, under the regulatory function, we come across first the registration part. Now, registration of whom? Right. So, registration of brokers, sub-brokers, agents. Simple, in simple, if I tell you, who all are the participants of the stock market, they should get registered. They should get registered, and that registration work is performed by SEBI, and this comes under the regulatory function. So the next is regulating work. Now question arises, whom regulation on whom, right? It is now those all who have registered. Simple, there are a lot of things which is written in the textbook. In simple, if you want to understand, those all who are registered here, brokers, sub-brokers, intermediaries, whoever they are, there need to be a close watch on their work, and we should take care that they are performing within the framework of the rules framed by the Securities Contracts Act. Okay, now SEBI moreover conducts regular inquiries and audits the stock exchange for the stock exchange and intermediaries. Now SEBI has a right, remember, SEBI has a right to inspect any stock exchange at any time, and they may ask any reports from them. So this is one way by which they are keeping a close watch on the activities of stock exchanges and its participants. Okay, then one more thing under this, what they are doing is they are defining the rules. That is also one of the important thing what they are doing. Like they are not only imposing them the restrictions, they are telling that how they are to be followed. Okay, so that is what they are doing it under regulation. The next comes the last one, last but one, that is levying fees. You know that stock exchange performs many operations. You need to buy forms, you need to submit those forms. For every activity, they need to fix a fees. Even that fees is levied by SEBI, and that is part of regulatory function. Next. Under the Securities Contracts Act 1956, SEBI performed various legislative functions which is ordered by Government of India. Now, whenever government asks them to perform any function, right, it will function because it is bound by it. So try to understand. First, under the regulatory function, registration of all those participants who are there in the stock exchange. It may be a broker, sub-broker, intermediary, whoever he may be. He has to get registered, and once they get registered, they need to be regulated. And not only while regulating, you need to take care that you have defined the rules, right, act to them, so that they follow it. Otherwise, unless you make them understand, they will not be able to follow. So regulation becomes very difficult. So what all work that are mentioned in the act, to perform them, you need to levy some fees. That levying of fees is also done by SEBI. And then If any function which government asks them to do, then definitely they will be doing it. So the next is development function. Okay, so under development function, first you will be seeing training. SEBI has worked a lot on this, right? Before you enter into stock market, you will be getting trained by SEBI. If you are a broker, if you are a sub broker, or any participant, generally they will have a training, right? And training as well as development programs will also be there. Then next is, by this what happens, there will be a growth of the market because all are learned, all can play well. Okay, then research. SEBI conducts research over the activities of the stock market, and if they found something useful, that will be made aware to the public through the magazines which they are publishing or through their website. Then it has flexible approach. Okay, so now question arises, sir, what is meant by flexible approach? Now earlier IPO was not there. We discussed one of the methods of acquiring the finance, right? In the primary market, there are 5 methods by which you can raise capital, and out of that one was EIPO. Actually, this EIPO was not existing earlier, but SEBI became flexible and adopted that also, because earlier it was only in the physical form. Now they are allowing it in electronic form also. That next is protective function. Protective function. In the protective function, first they are working on prohibition of fraudulent trade practices which are followed. Okay, even I said that insider trading and all that comes under this part, that is prohibition of fraudulent practices or malpractices, you call it is one of its function to protect. Okay, protects investor against all these things. Now next is checks on insider trading. They have specifically given this. I have already explained you about insider trading. Then next is protection and promotion. Protection and promotion. Now question arises, sir, what is this protection and promotion? As it protects against unfair trade practices, it also promotes fair practices. Very important. It protects against unfair trade practices, whereas it promotes fair practices. And against unfair trade practices, or to avoid unfair trade practices, what it does is it brings a code of conduct, which ensures that the irregularities will be less. Okay, so this was all about the functions of SEBI. Okay, so SEBI, being a premier institute in regulating the stock market, has contributed a lot, and it is performing its functions very, very well. Now let's move on to the next part, that is NSE, that is National Stock Exchange. I just want to tell you about what is NSE and what is BSE, and they both have same objective. So that's why there is no meaning in discussing for what object they have been brought into existence. So first, starting with National Stock Exchange. Now, National Stock Exchange was incorporated in 1992. See, we call it as NSEI, that is National Stock Exchange of India. NSEI, it was registered in the year 1992. Okay, and but it started its operations in the year 1994. Remember, 1992 is the year in which it is incorporated, and in 1994 it started its operations. Okay, at this moment there are around 1300 plus active companies which are being traded on National Stock Exchange. Okay, there are 6000 plus companies which are registered, but out of that, which are the one which are active are just 1300. Okay, and it was set up by leading financial institutions at that time. Okay, then these are the basic things you should know, and this is considered as the model stock exchange in India. That means the practices which it follows are practiced by even all the stock exchanges now. And this NSE, the stock exchanges are headed by people who are not having interest in its business. That means they should not be the one who are interested in or who are having any interest in the trading business. So the interest means they should not have any stake in that. So otherwise there will not be any transparency. Next is why NSE was set up. Even BSE was also set up for the same reason. So that's why I'm only discussing the objectives of NSE. Establishing a nationwide trading facility for all types of securities. Yes, they had the same intention. The next is ensuring that equal access is given to all the investors. That means, for example, if there is a share which is available for sale, everyone has the same right to get it. It should not be meant for specific person. Then next is providing a fair, efficient and a transparent securities market using electronic trading system. That means the one more objective of NSE is, with the electronic system, it want to make its system as the efficient system and transparent system, because transparency is very important, and that can be brought into existence with the help of technology. Next is enabling shorter settlement cycle and book entry settlement. Then the last one is meeting international benchmarks and standards. So the object of NSEI was to match the international standards, stock exchanges like NASDAQ and all. We can learn from them and we can meet the standards of them. Okay. Next, one more stock exchange which we need to discuss, that is Bombay Stock Exchange. Bombay Stock Exchange. This stock exchange was incorporated in the year 1875. This was brought into existence by native dealers, and this was very small when it was brought into existence, but now this claims that BSE is the oldest stock exchange in the Asia, or you can call it as Asia's first stock exchange. Asia's first stock exchange. Asia's first stock exchange. Okay. Again, the object was same, like to reach the international market, electronic trading system. These all are same. Okay. So we are done with this chapter. We have covered all the things which are there in the textbook, and we take care that in the next classes we will try to solve the previous year question papers. Okay, so with this, I finish, and in the next class, we will meet with the next chapter, that is marketing. Thank you very much.